Convert 6 over 7 to a percentage. So this problem is pretty tricky. You have to be organized in how you do this problem, and it gives you a good idea of why it's nice to be neat and tidy when you do problems. I'll show you how to do it properly. Alright, so we have to divide 6 by 7. So this has to happen. And it's not very easy for that to happen. So let's see, how do I do that? So let's start with the tens. So 6 ones, I can turn this 6 ones into 60 tens. So I'm moving from 6 ones, 6 wholes, to 60 tens. 60 tens is the same as 6 ones. If you don't know why that's the case, definitely check out the other videos because I explain why. But for this problem, I'm just going to leave it like that. So now 60 tens, so that means I can say 60 divided by 7. That will give you an 8 remainder of 4. Alright, so now let's move to the next step, which is what's right of the tens. That's the hundreds. Alright, so now we have this remaining 4. So this 4 tenths becomes 40 hundreds. So that means 40 divided by 7. And now I'm left with 5, because 5 times 7 is 35, the remainder of 5, so remainder 5. When I say remainder 5, all I'm saying is what is left over. So 5 can go into 7, 5 times 7 is 35, and to get to 40, I have to add 5, and that's where this remainder is. That's the thing that I'm missing. I need 5 more. Right, so that's why we have a remainder of 5. And now, what's right of the hundreds? Thousands. So now I can take this 5 here and convert the 5 hundredths to 50 thousandths. Okay, so I have to take this 5 here and make it into 50. And notice again, these are all ending in THS, meaning this is all after the decimal point, so all these values here, okay? So now I have to divide 50 divided by 7, which gives me what? 7, remainder 1, because 7 times 7 is 49. And then to get to 50, I need one more, right? So I need this one more piece. Okay, so now what's right of the thousands place? 10 thousandths. So 10. Right, so we have 1 thousandths, and we have to rebundle it to become 10 thousandths. And that means 10 divided by 7 is just 1 remainder 3. 7 can go into 10 one time, and where left over is 3. Okay, now this can keep going. You can go to as many places to the right as you want, but let's just stop here, because this is good practice as well, just so you can get comfortable with this dividing situation. This is a good practice to have. Now, what do I do with these numbers? Well, I labeled them here neatly, so I know that this 8 goes in the tens place, this 5 goes in the hundreds place, 7 goes into thousands place, and the 1 goes into 10 thousands place. So now let's rewrite it. So I have 0.857 And again, this whole situation can keep going for a while. I mean, for forever pretty much. But we're not going to do that. We just need to get to, in most of your classes, you might not even need to get to the 10 thousandths place. You might be able to stop here or here, but depending on what class you're in. So we can actually, so how do I make this into a percentage? I'll take this decimal value. So let me label this as decimal. And we can make that into a percentage. How do I make that into a percentage? Well, I just multiply that guy by 100. Let's multiply that by 100. And you get 85.7 percentage. And this is rounded. Okay, this is rounded to the tens place because this is the tens. And rounding is a whole other situation here where it depends on what this value is. So when I round to the tens place here, if this number, let's just say this, if this number was a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9, this would become an 8. But because it's 1, you just leave it as 7. But yeah, so that's the answer.